Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. This question that we're asking here about the Lakers, the cold hard truth, or is it too early? It may seem a bit premature, right? Some people may be watching this video like, hey, man, it's too early. Like, what's the big deal? Blah, 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 blah. The fact of the matter is this. I don't like what I am seeing from this team this season. I don't. The Lakers, once again, they dropped another game, right? They dropped another game to the Chicago Bulls, but this time they lost to a team that was actually good. And I think a lot of us were kind of waiting to see how they would fare against stiff competition, because the Lakers have had some wins this season, and sometimes they look very promising, and other times, they seem very, very inconsistent. So they lost this game to the Chicago Bulls, and it wasn't a close game whatsoever, right? Now, a lot of people may say it's still early, and some people may also say, hey, wait a minute, it's still the beginning of the season, things would be just right, but things would be all right. But I'm beginning to think that it's beginning to look to me that LeBron James may be their only hope at this particular point in the season. And if that is true, if that notion is true, that LeBron is their only hope moving forward, I think the Lakers are in trouble. I think the Lakers are in serious trouble, because that can't be the escape hatch, right? I was looking at some of the data, and it's not very good, right? As we currently speak, the Lakers have they have 8 victories this season. They've won 8 games. Of those 8 games that they've won, they've only beaten teams that were above 500 4 times. They only have 4 wins against above 500 teams, which means that half of the time they were beating very, very bad teams like the San Antonio Spurs, the Houston Rockets, who I think are like 1-14 or 1-13, who are absolutely terrible. They've only beaten they've only beaten 4 good teams. Of the 15 games that the Lakers have played this season, 15 games, very soon we're going to be at the 20-game mark, which will be a quarter of the season. We can keep saying this early, it's too early, it's too early, it's too early. Once you start getting to the 50, halfway through the season, you're pretty much going to know who teams are. Teams aren't just going to miraculously turn into other teams. They're not just going to change into another team in the second half of the season. But nevertheless, of the 15 games that they've played, they have played 12 games at home. So basically, the Lakers have had home court advantage for virtually the entire season. And if they've been basically playing all of these games at home, they should have been able to get more wins. Now, some of you may say, wait a minute, this is due to the fact that they don't have their best player, LeBron James. And that is absolutely true, right? That is absolutely true. LeBron James not being there will definitely have an impact on the team's ability to garner wins. That makes total sense to me. But the fact of the matter is this. There are other teams out there that are also without their best player that are still managing to stay above water, and in some cases are flourishing. You don't need to go any further than look at the neighbor across the hallway with the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers right across the hallway recently had won 7 games in a row. They have a better record than the Lakers, and they are absolutely without their best player, Kawhi Leonard. So what's the excuse there? The fact of the matter is this. Paul George has been leading his team to victories, and he has been doing more with less, because I believe the Lakers are probably the most talented team in the Western Conference as we currently speak. Which leads me to another player on the Los Angeles Lakers, which is Anthony Davis. Listen, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I never, ever, 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 ever thought that Anthony Davis had what it took to lead the Lakers organization. If you guys have been following this channel for some time, you will know that I've always maintained that position. I just never believed in him. I saw him when he was playing with the New Orleans Pelicans. He wasn't able to get any success in the playoffs. Virtually none. The moment Anthony Davis started sniffing real playoff success was the moment that he played with LeBron James. Now, some people can say, wait a minute, LeBron also benefited mightily by playing with Anthony Davis, which is 100% true. But the fact of the matter is this. LeBron James was already a made man before he played with AD. AD wasn't. LeBron James already had 3 NBA championships. He already had 4 regular season MVPs. He already made multiple, all NBA teams before he played a single game with Anthony Davis. The fact of the matter is, LeBron has done more for Anthony Davis than Anthony Davis has done for LeBron. Period, end of story. Because LeBron won before Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis never won anything before LeBron. Listen, it's not just all about stats. You just can't measure you can't measure a player's greatness just by the numbers he puts up. If that's the case, you can look at Russell Westbrook and say Russell Westbrook is a top 10 player, but we all know better than that. It's also about leadership. It's also about figuring out ways to push your teammates, and in some cases, pushing the organization to take the necessary steps in order to win. Just looking at Anthony Davis, does he give you that? Do you get that same sense of security or like, oh yeah, AD is really going to push the Lakers to make sure they put themselves in the position to contend like the way Kobe Bryant used to do? Absolutely not. So I never thought Anthony Davis was all of that. And it's worth saying this. I'm not even going to talk about Russell Westbrook. I'm not even going to waste a second of my energy talking about Russell Westbrook, because there's still some people out there who are going from a game-to-game basis. On one game, oh, he's terrible. The next game, he's great. You can't be good and bad at the same time. You got to pick one. Is either this guy is really, really good or he's just not really that good. The fact of the matter is this. I just cannot believe that the Lakers have Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis that are available to them. These are 2 top 75 players, and they're struggling to win games. That alone should speak volumes about Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. Y'all are telling me that we're still sitting here waiting for a 37-year-old LeBron James to come back and put on his cape and save the day? Are you? Hold up. What about Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook? What about them? Why is it that why is it that Paul George and other players are able to get more from their teammates than Russell Westbrook is and Anthony Davis? Why is this possible? How is this possible? Paul George never made a top 75 list. These 2 guys did. So why are they struggling to beat teams? Help me. What are we going to say? It's the coach? Are these players not good enough to overcome a coach? Certainly LeBron James is good enough to overcome. Was it David Fizdale? I think that was his original coach. I don't remember the coach's name. Listen, right now I don't like the direction in which the Lakers are trending. Right now, as we currently speak, they're currently ranked number 15 in defensive rating. The year that they won the championship, they were ranked number 1. Number 1, as we currently speak, to the 23rd ranked three-point shooting team. I told you, Carmelo Anthony couldn't save the team as a whole. They're currently ranked the 23rd team in three-point shooting percentage, and now they're ranked number 24 in free throw shooting percentage. These are not good things. I don't see how LeBron, him coming back, is going to be able to solve all of these things. How is that going to happen? So to me, listen. I think people in the media need to be upfront with Laker fans and tell them the truth. Tell them the bleeping truth. Stop trying to hype them up from game to game just so you can talk about them because you know it's going to get ratings. Tell the fan base the truth. Be straightforward with them. I'm telling you the truth. I just don't think this team is very good right now. Some people are going to disagree with me. That is absolutely fine. If you're going to disagree with me, please support it with data. Your hating means nothing. Oh, he's hating. What does that mean? Nothing. So please, these are my thoughts and opinions on this, and this is what I truly, truly, truly think. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about what some of the things that I said? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode.